What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Amy and Bill. Carolyn's in the house. Good morning to you, Darren, Doug, Edward. Good morning to you. We got Emily. Good morning, Jared, Keith, Lauren, Lucian. Hope you guys are doing all fantastic. All my people out YouTube land. We had some link issues yesterday, so we couldn't go live yesterday. I figured we'd do it today. So hope everybody out in YouTube land is doing fantastic. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans as well. Appreciate and thank you for all your service. And yeah, Spy down a little bit, but yesterday, first day above the there we go. I don't know why my trade view is gonna do this. I haven't figured that part out yet. We got the link situated. We'll see on Monday. Today should be all right. Today till Friday, I think we're good on the link on the Zoom. I think we should be all right. But now I got my lagging trading view, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Otherwise, good open yesterday, right back above that upper trend line. So we're snuck right back in. Kind of looks like we just ultimately hit the perfect VPOC on that October 10th day. Got pretty close to it at least, and then just kind of rallied. We also, I believe, we have the House supposed to vote now on the CR continuation bill for government reopening, and I believe that comes in on Wednesday. So I would expect maybe a little bit of a pop. Otherwise, still got a couple earnings, nothing too crazy, and I don't think we have too much more news for the week. So I think we're just kind of watching that, and then we'll see how everything else kind of develops. But other than that, for today, a little bit of a gap down, but that's after a pretty fantastic rally somewhere around that 660 mark. If the trade view catch up, 661.09. We ran that one too. I'm going to try to move this mouse as little as possible today. We got 681.88. So pretty big move. 20 point move on the SPY and maybe a little pullback works. We're watching for to see where this one opens. 680.06. And I'd be leaning a little bit to the bull side, but the problem with the bull side is you get your retest into 681.03. I don't know what happens after that. And then your next big move, 683.38. So we'll probably have a little bit of resistance in that bullish direction. To the downside, to the downside, we got your next support will take us back into 677.81. That still keeps us above that upper trend line. This one wouldn't look as good because you're starting to break yesterday's lows, but still maintaining inside yesterday's candle. That would take you into 670, 620, still above the upper trend line. And then a bigger spot. If we get a much stronger pullback, I'd be looking for 672.99 and then all the way back down to 671.27. So we have some we have some room on the downside. I'd probably be leaning a little bit more short than to the long side. I think probably to the short side, I'd be looking for the 1.2s. I don't know how much selling we can get, but I think just more or less a retracement more than anything. Qs, also fantastic day. That open and close above the 20 EMA. Looks like we just rejected and bounced off the 50 in a longer term sense. Really nice day. Close wise, I'd be looking for can you get above 620.81, and it sure did. Not only that, but VPOC was higher, and we got the close higher as well. So 625.35 would be the next spot that really hasn't been touched. If you could get above that, you're looking for 626.87, I'd say, to the higher side. Not the best open in the world. Still hanging into a little bit of support, and I would put that support somewhere right around, trying to pinpoint it, but you got about 620.43. And it looks like that's 620.43s. We're slightly under that for now. So Q's got to do a little bit of work in the next 24 minutes to get us back into a decent spot. Otherwise, again, not exactly the end of the world, but there is a decent amount of room to the downside. You got 617.77 for your next stop, and then after that, which I don't know how significant that first support is. You've been through that one a couple times. Next one I'd be looking for is about 613.23. We'll see if we could pull back a little. That would be breaking down the 20 EMA again. So for today, again, I don't know if I want to see it, but if by the end of today Again, this is all on the premise that we open under 620.43. We're dancing around it. We'll see. But then we still got to get above yesterday's VPOC. Otherwise, if we do some kind of a dip down, we get bought up pretty quickly, and then we just close into the zone. Not horrible for the markets. That covers our retest. I wouldn't be too shocked if today's day looks something similar to like that. I think we're kind of back into that buy the dip for short term, especially heading into Wednesday. And I think it's probably Wednesday after the market closes, we find out the news, whether the House passes it. But I think they're supposed to. I think the market's going to price that in as a most likely scenario. Bitcoin pulling back a little bit. Um, Kind of right into some support. So we'll see if this holds. Problem with Bitcoin right now is you did just reject if today closes the way it does, the way it looks now at least. We did reject the 20 EMA. We got kind of close to that 20. We also kind of came back and retested into that last major resistance. So we almost got to that resistance, kind of just failed from there, and we are pulling back a little bit more. So next supports to watch for would take us into 103.80 876, and then maybe a bigger move into 102.32. So it's got a little bit more room to the downside. That would be again on a bullish case. If we pull back down into that zone, we're still okay. We're hanging out if we could get the bounce from there. If we just pile drive through, then especially this zone down here, we got one more tiny little support. Anything closing above that, this looks like we broke down, retraced, break down, retrace, and we continue that downward move. So we don't really have that new higher high. We don't really have that new higher low yet, and Bitcoin still looks a little bit to the weaker side. Let's check out gold. Gold had a good day yesterday. Gold and silver both had a good day yesterday. We got another little bit of continued rally in GLD. Again, we'll see where this one opens. It's a retest gap from yesterday. If we open below or start at any point breaking through 380.64, I think there's more room down, probably for a full-on retest. Looks like we should have really good support, 378.31. So if you're trying to buy gold, I'd probably wait a little bit, see if you get back down, close that gap up a little bit at minimum, and then there's another wide open gap down here, 367.55. So not bad, but good start to the day, at least for gold. We'll see if it holds. SLV, really, really good day. Kind of closed in no man's land. Nice gap up. That one still has a little bit more room on it as well. That would take us into, I'll let you know in about 10 minutes when TradingView catches up. Here we go. That'll take me into about 46.75-ish, somewhere up there until that first kind of resistance. But no man's land. I wouldn't short here yet. It is a retest gap. If you're looking to short silver, wait a little bit, see if we come up a little bit higher first, and then see if we reject that resistance. CoreWeave with some earnings. Yeah, no, that's incorrect. That was not TradingView. That was me. CRWV. There we go. Sabine, good morning to you. Annie, Annie in the house. CRWV. So their earnings not horrible. I think they had a little conference call hiccup, if I remember correctly. But you got a decent beat. Came in with a surprise 31 cents higher than expected, 79% beat on earnings per share. Came in with $77 million higher, 6% higher on the revenue portion of things. Not bad. But on the conference call, they did say things might be looking a little slower, not based off of tariffs or the economy, but based off of a data supplier, I believe it was data storage supplier that they have. Seems like they're kind of falling behind, and that is going to slow CoreWeave down a little bit. I think that's where the drop came in. For today, I have no clue until this chart starts to move a little bit. SPY just got a big candle and then faded, so that's probably fake. Fake move on the SPY. CoreWeave is hanging out to some support. The last time we really broke out and you never really retested is 94.77. If I extend this line out a little bit more, we're probably right sitting at it. That's also some selling into the report as well for today. I think this is probably a fade more than a sell for today. I'm so nervous to get this thing higher because TradingView is just in its a world of its own today. Is anybody else TradingView just going absolutely terribly slow? I did restart the whole thing. I tried my best, but it is going slow. Anybody else just getting a leg city? Leg city. Yeah, that's as high as it's gonna go before I run out of patience. But yeah, CoreWeave. It's that's tough. I think you got a little bit of resistance if you're trying to play the fade. Probably about 103.05. So it still gives you from here $6. I'd see if that comes down a tad more. Probably look to go along somewhere around 94.41, but we'll keep that on the charts. In fact, let me change my other chart to that since I can't get it high enough as I like it on TradingView. Let's see. Okay for you on TradingView? Let me see. Let me do a whole new TradingView. Charts. Hold on, let me exit out of this one. Mm, and then the brand new tab. Let's see if that works better. Reshare. Yeah, we'll give this one a go. This one's a little smoother so far. We'll see if that holds. Okay, let's see. The next ticker we got is Oracle, ORCL. ORCL is chilling for now. I don't have a reason to get too excited to buy it yet, nor do I have not really getting any spider sense to short yet. So for me right now, probably a do nothing situation. It is still alive, which is good. We put in a VPOC a little bit still higher than Friday's VPOC, which is decent, but we're opening below it. I think for now, watch to see if this 239.21 acts as a little bit of resistance. If it does, I think you got room down to 234.75. That's where I'd be a little bit more interested, I think, in seeing if I could buy the dip. Otherwise, a little bit of a still wide open gap, somewhere around 221.87. Even if you're running it into the 200 on the daily, you got 223.78. I think lower would give you a better opportunity. Not a bad spot though for that hammer to come in. And I just wouldn't do anything yet. We're still inside that hammer. Either let it break out first, catch the breakout, or if you're going to try to buy a dip, at minimum, I think you're looking for 234.75. But then again, it's still in a downtrend, and it could break that down. So we'll see. But they've fallen from their good conference call. Essentially, that's what took them up there in the first place, and they have not. I don't think their conference call though, when they said we're going to be the biggest, best company in the whole wide world, and they went all jolly on everybody. I don't think they meant in the next 2 months. So the market probably overreacted and now kind of pulling back to some sanity. I'll see. We got Meta is still struggling a little bit, gap down for today. Decent close yesterday, not horrible. VPOC was higher than the last well, not la well, last 2 days, three total in the set. You're starting to give one of those back now. First support to watch for in this one, 623.93. I think we day traded this one yesterday. I forget. I think we did well with it. Meta and mRNA, both decent. But yeah, I'd see if this one pulls back at least a little bit more. See what happens at 623.93. If we start to break underneath it, it could be an Oracle situation where you're just kind of inside that hammer with that lower support. So 606.97. That should be a monster support if this hammer is going to hold. Other than that, though, your first spot to look, I think 623.65. We're going to try to play that bounce. We do have room at least into, again, we have one little resistance, which seems to be breaking through it. I don't think that's as significant. But you have 633.26 to the higher side. So from here, that's still $7 higher even at open. If you catch a little bit lower, now you're looking at almost $9 to the higher side. Slightly better risk to reward. I can't unless you're gonna go with your stop lower than yesterday's low. Maybe that's your stop. That would probably get you a 1.2, 1.4, something like that to the higher side. Otherwise, intraday, we'll see if there's a good candle, high volume, high wave candle, something like that. But I want to see that more or less happen around the 623.65 zone. We got Google, the Googs. Good close yesterday, not outside of the all-time highs. So we got a little psychological level. Looked like we popped up into it briefly, but not able to break it yet. And today is a little bit of a gap and go to the bear side. See if this one at open starts to run bullish. I think we are playing off that gap and go still, so I think there will be buy the dips. But that is a good gap and go from Friday into yesterday. Really nice run up. Not really anything besides psychological levels. Looks like somewhere around this 291.50 zone, but nothing else really holding us back. If you want to play this one short, you're probably looking to go short around 290.56. I'd only be in it till about 285.61. I think that's probably where your next buy the dippers step in again. That's where I would be looking to step in for a day trade. I don't think I'd be swing trading up here. I think we're just sitting at all-time highs, but that's a really good closing price candle. I love where that VPOC is, and we just got to deal with that one more psychological level, and we're sitting at probably very close to 300. I don't see why we don't hit 300 from here, but uh, I would want this to be somewhere close to that 280. I would just call it 286, but 285.80, something like that. So we'll see. And he says LEU. LEU a is that a 618 bounce? Yeah, the new tab seems to be working a little bit better. That's good. Apparently you just can't keep the same tab open forever. I don't know, I guess. We did get a little lower than the 618. You're opening right at it now. Not only that, but that last VPOC somewhere right into. So the question is, what are you asking about? Day trade or swing trade? Day trade, I don't know if there's enough room, but I like that location. Somewhere close to like 278.91. You do have a decent amount of room higher on that 288.85. Swing trade basis. I think I'd be putting my stop under this candle 252.68, still be trying to buy it off this 279.70 zone. You have one level of support plus your 100, and you have the low of that candle, which had a good bearish engulfing candle. This looks like a retest to it. So swing trade, yeah, I would throw my stop here. I don't know if there's enough room, unless you're under the belief system that 288.85 could get taken out. If that could get taken out, you start to get a lot more room, even back into the opening price of that candle, 309.52. So it looks good. It looks like it's trying. It probably has to more than likely either have some kind of double bottom, high or low, find a little consolidation somewhere before we make that next move. But decent trap, looks good. Right back to the 618. Let's get LEU on the list. Let's also pump this one a little bit higher, just in case we want to do something on it. I like it as a swing though. Uh-uh. List is long, huh? All right. We got UNH. UNH. I thought held up pretty well yesterday after Trump's comments on I think it was either Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday, saying that he's going to just take the federal funding instead of putting it to the Obamacare, just send it to the Americans as citizens, and then they get to just pick and choose, and that should create more competition, less fluff, lower pricing. So Oscar Health got clapped. A lot of stocks got absolutely beat up in the sector. they still gap down, but kind of held in there. You are opening into a little bit of resistance, 223.19. See if we could snake above that one. If so, you got 327.19 is your next big level, probably resistance for today. So far, we're opening below that resistance. I'd see if there is a little bit of a pullback. You're also inside day from yesterday. I would look for a buy spot maybe around 320.82. Again, possibly decent for a swing. We closed that gap from September 8th. So that one's now officially closed. We still got a bigger volume zone a little bit to the lower side. You got 305.20, 305.32. So we'll see if we end up coming down there at all. But for today, yeah, I think if we open here, we fail that resistance. We start to sell a little bit, watch for 320.82, and then maybe on that next time you could break through that 323.03. And then maybe we're looking for a day that runs us into that 327.11 zone. So we'll see. But decent, would like a little pullback. Meta, we looked at already. Google, we got HD. I'm gonna roll this up a little. Cool. Okay, HD. That is an impressive hammer. Really good hammer. Still would like to see a tad bit of a pullback into like 370.76. Give me a high wave candle that open. I think I'd be pretty aggressive on this one. I don't know how much room we have. That looked a lot bigger, but you have room to like 374.01. So if we could get a good risk reward, I'd be probably jumping on that. Really good hammer too. Nice bear trap to it. Mm, I guess got into a little bit of support from back in, I guess even toward the lows of this August 1st candle. Earnings right around the corner. I did go to Lowe's on Sunday and I did check out all their Christmas decorations. They have like Wonderland. We were talking about that, I think on Friday. I was like, I gotta go check it out. It's been a minute. So I don't know if Home Depot has the same display of Christmas, but man, the whole store was you can't even paint your house anymore. You gotta just go through a Santa's workshop first to get your paint. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's a really good hammer. I'd definitely keep a close eye on it. I like it. Small pullback hammer. If we get a good, decently tight setup, because you got about $3 till the next resistance for HD. CMG. And then I see Aklo on the list as well. We got CMG is for now. Pre-market is gapping up about 2 pennies. I think that's insignificant. It's essentially flat. Not a great close. This is a third down day in a row of VPOX, so I think they're still pushing it lower until we could take out. So I wouldn't be going bullish quite yet until we take out $30.75, or I would look lower on this one. You're still well below. There's your gap down, huge volume. Bulls attempted to step in. I think probably more or less shorts tried to cover, and then they kind of came right back into it. So I'd be a little cautious to buy this dips right now. I think let it chop for a little bit longer, or see if it wants to break down maybe one more time before jumping into CMG. It's down a lot, so I wouldn't probably short from here, but I would let it do its thing for a little bit. PLTR, and then we'll go to Oklo. Uh, Gapping down a little bit. You still got some zones to retest that have never been touched yet. It's 206.25. I think this is probably a buy the dip. Just not sure where. Maybe into you have a few levels of support. 190.33 to watch. You got 189.15. I think this one might be probably the most impressive one. 187.28 if we get a deeper pullback on this one. Maybe it doesn't get there. Maybe that support holds. But that's your last kind of spot where Bears really came in. They got taken out. I think if the Bears are sitting there with losses, that's probably the spot they're looking for, 187.79. So I'd see if that pulls back further. That also takes you a little closer to a 50% retracement. I still don't think quite there yet, but that's probably where the Bears say, okay, let's Forget about it. Aklo is retrace gap for today. Still inside yesterday's candle, so not bad there. You got a little bit of support, which we did try to watch that support. We did already hit that support yesterday. Bulls did step in. They bought it up off of it. So we'll see if there's a double bottom from yesterday in there. If it does want to rally, you got 112.37. I'd be cautious of that one because we did hit it yesterday. I think if this one pulls back down to like 102.20, you have your better risk reward on the trade. But this for sure could be a bounce spot. I just don't know if I trust that that holds for Oklo for today. We got Coinbase. Coinbase is not looking too fantastic. Worst case, I would have liked to see 313.96 hold up. Very same. So again, maybe we get some buying out of the gate today. Being that it's a retest gap, maybe that runs on to like 317.77. Potentially runs into like 319.89. Both of those I think are decent short spots for the moment. Otherwise, if you're playing that one bullish out of the gate, be very I 1.2, 1 to 1, something like that. Be very quick with your stops, I think. Other than that, see if this one pulls back to like 308.87, and then check Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is still looking a little rough, which it is for today, maybe this one comes right back down to that 383 zone. So we'll see. I'd prefer that. Give me that 383, but one pretty nasty support. 308.87. We'll see if we get a bounce on that one. BBAI. Big Bear. Not to be confused with Build-A-Bear. Yesterday was a retest gap. We're gapping above it. It's an earnings play. They did beat by 59% above expectation on earnings per share. They also came in with an extra 1.33 million on the revenue side, so not horrible. Not a bad location. If you do take this one, your bigger target, I think extended targets. This one might have a big short float. You check short float. If it's got a huge short float, maybe the 721 gets taken out. Otherwise, watch 721, 720. Before you even get to that range, you got 703, 709, and 714. So maybe it's run a little too much. That is really, really good support though. If you're trying to play a squeeze, stop should be like 668, something like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens on that one. That's a big jump though for BBI, decent earnings. That is the morning bell. So everybody in YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you've not done so already. Other than that, you guys are awesome, and I'll catch you guys either Monday or Tuesday. I think Monday.